so we've decided not to donate to the Salvation Army.
I want to say thank you for watching some of my videos and for duetting some of my videos today. You don't know how much I appreciate that, because I'm trying to get the word out and to share my story in the hopes that it sheds light on the fact that the Salvation Army and other so-called nonprofit organizations need to be held accountable and need to have some kind of oversight. There's a stigma attached to being homeless, and people choose to be willfully ignorant because they've never experienced homelessness. They've never been in the trenches of it. They've never experienced being hungry. So a lot of people who sit and judge have not walked that path, and they don't have the right to speak on it. I feel that some people just don't care based off of my personal experiences and experiences of people that I've lived with in the shelters. The Salvation Army receives funding from HUD, public donations, as well as sponsors. Yet they pretend to help a lot of people to make it appear as if they're doing good deeds when they repeatedly turn away people in need. I have lived in a shelter with women, and they have shared their stories with me. I remember this one lady I was in a shelter with was pregnant, and she didn't get any help, so she thought by lying and saying that she was a victim of domestic violence that she would get help, and she didn't. Some people who are homeless, a lot of us who have been homeless or are currently homeless, have integrity. We're honest people. We have morals. But some people have to compromise their integrity, their honesty, in order to survive because they were never given assistance. And a person shouldn't have to be criminalized because they did what they felt was necessary in order to survive. A lot of people who are homeless have to put themselves in compromising living situations just to have a place to stay at night. And that's something that a lot of people will never understand. A lot of us don't want to compromise our honesty and integrity. But what choices do we have when we repeatedly seek help through the Salvation Army and they turn people down left and right? Homeless people shouldn't be criminalized. I remember I had talked to this couple, and they were honest about their circumstances when they went to the Salvation Army, but they were still denied. So when people say honesty is the best policy, that's a myth in most cases, because that's not always true. Sometimes honesty is not the best policy. Dishonesty is the best policy in order for homeless people to survive. They had to come up with a story and lie to the Salvation Army and say that they were living in a man's garage, and he caught them and came out with them and threatened them. And they got help after they lied. But when they chose to be honest, they didn't get help. So yeah, the Salvation Army needs to do better, because they're not what people think it is. Do better.